caught. No, it's McMillan has the football. How about that?
That's a pivotal play in the game. We have the ball at the 20, maybe kicking a game-winning field goal right there. So I'll just leave it at that. But I'm saying it because I'm standing up for Buffalo. Damn it!
Here it is on the way. The Broncos have won it in overtime.
Not good news on the second to last play in overtime. Bo fractured a bone in his right ankle.
Shaheed breaks through. Still doing Jones. He is in for the touchdown. Chicago is caught a touchdown pass. With Cole coming open in the corner. Shut down field. It's intercepted. Can't Curl. Curl goes over, makes the play. And the Rams have it back.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
I kind of wondered by the time Hot Take Monday on The Morning Rush started, would Sean McDermott still be the head coach of the Buffalo Bills?
Nope.
He's not.
Nope.
We had a meeting earlier, and I got a couple texts this morning from a few sports group texts, and no longer the head coach of the Buffalo Bills after his quarterback. And I love Josh Allen. I felt for him yesterday. I don't know if you saw the emotions that he had and his teammates. That it was just rough for Buffalo. I think I finally found a fan base that's been more tormented than Arkansas, and it's the Buffalo Bills. I know Chicago. You could argue for the Bears, and based on how that game ended yesterday, very similar play it felt like to what happened in the Bills and Broncos game, except it went towards the Rams rather than towards the Bears. But I truly believe here on a Hot Take Monday that the Bills might be more tormented than Arkansas Razorback fans.
So they do this morning what Arkansas would do, and that's fire somebody. Mm-hmm. The only way to fix the problem is fire somebody. So even after some success. So that's where we start off here on a Hot Take Monday. How about how tormented do you feel if you're a Denver Broncos fan? You win the game, you're going to play in the AFC Championship, you're excited, you're celebrating with your family, you're on your way to your car if you're in Denver, they're at the game, only to find out, Bo Nix, your starting quarterback.
You don't believe in Stids? Garrett Stidham, former Auburn quarterback.
Well, there's a reason he's not the starter already.
Beat Alabama and Georgia in one season, only to get demolished by the Bulldogs in the SEC championship game. No, you're right. It's crazy to see two former Auburn quarterbacks on that roster. Colton was joking. Little penance, Bo Nix, broken ankle, maybe back for that fake.
Well, he hurts himself on a play where he's kneeling down, the easiest play in football, and I think about the time where he spiked the ball backwards on one of the easiest plays you're supposed to do, and maybe a little bit of karmic retribution
back
there from the football guys.
I think that was 2020.
Never root for injuries. Bo Nix has had a fantastic season, and I hope that he gets to recover and come back next season, but What a rock fight that game was in Foxborough yesterday between. I guess the one thing you could hold on to if you're a Denver Broncos fan with your backup quarterback is Drake May is going to turn the ball over, and you have one of the best defenses in the National Football League. So maybe your defense can do just enough to get you to the Super Bowl, but you're not going to beat the Rams or the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. But maybe you can.
I don't know. Now, I know the 49ers were beat up going into the game and got beat up more during the game, but the Seahawks look like nobody's going to play with them.
Yeah, Raheed Shaheed takes it back, that opening kickoff.
It's Rashid Shaheed with the seam. Shaheed breaks through. Still going. A flag flies. Shaheed's going to take it all the way. Let's see if it stands.
As someone that had Kenneth Walker on his fantasy team all season, and for him to deliver a 122 yards, 3-touchdown performance hurt because he didn't do that throughout
the year.
He didn't do that throughout the regular season. But yeah, Seattle's going to be was 41-6 the final. That was a bloodbath in the other 12th man out there in Seattle. So that's going to be. Listen, McDonald's probably going to win Coach of the Year. That's going to be a great game. You got an old head in Matthew Stafford that survives in Chicago, the last in the playoffs. And then you think about the Young Bucks with Drake May, Jared Stidham, and Sam Darnold.
So a West Coast showdown, Rams, Seahawks, and then you have Patriots and Broncos, yeah. I was kind of rooting for Bears, Patriots, because it would have been the 40th anniversary of the 86 Super Bowl, where you had the Super Bowl shuffle and the Chicago Bears that won it against the New England Patriots. But fate wasn't going to happen twice.
I was watching the game yesterday with two lifelong friends. One's a diehard Bears fan. One's a diehard Rams fan. Both their wives are in both Rams gear and Bears gear. And I left at halftime, and I wonder if the back and forth escalated at the end of that game, because that was just
that's a tremendous game.
What a football game!
Yeah.
If you stayed up and watched it through late, I say later than I. You know what I do like? I like how those games are at 5:30, not at 6:30, not at 7:30. You stack it 2 and 5:30. That way you can be in bed around 9 o'clock or so, and you feel like the rest of your week or your Monday's not ruined. I like how that's.
I wish they would go 1:30, 5:30,
and have it complete.
Well, because if a game runs long, I mean, like we saw on Saturday, with an overtime game, the second game starts, and then now you're forced to choose. So I think the policy should be that the second game's not going to start till the first one's over, even though they're states apart. But so I would give them an extra 30 on the front end. But my favorite football weekend of the professional calendar is AFC NFC Championship weekend, because you always get treated to two great games more often than not. I'm worried a little bit about the AFC game being as competitive as we're used to. And honestly, with the way the Seahawks play, am I wrong to be a little worried that we're going to see two blowouts potentially this weekend in the conference championship?
I think the Rams have the firepower, and I know they only scored 20 points this weekend, but I think they can keep up stride for stride with Seattle. And then on the other side, I understand your concern because it could be a blowout. The last time, Colin, you can correct me on this, I think the last time that the Broncos and the Patriots had matched up in the AFC Championship game was back when Peyton was playing for the Broncos and Tom was still playing for the Pats, and that ended up being a bigger blowout, I think, if I remember correctly, than originally thought to be. Brady did not have a good game, and they're happy in Mile High. It's a heck of a season, but wouldn't be surprised if the New England Patriots move on after this weekend.
Yeah, so McDermott out with the Buffalo Bills. That's the news that's just happened within the last 30, 40 minutes, is they have fired Sean McDermott, and the Bills will be looking for a new coach. Despite his 98-50 record with the Bills, he is out this morning after the loss.
Think about the Josh Allen. Like Ryan texted in here on the Loose Automotive Group hotline saying Josh Allen needs to understand that he's the problem. And you had mentioned this last week, like the pressure that was on him with no Joe Burrow, no Lamar Jackson, no Patrick Mahomes in these playoffs. And he had to win every single road game on the way to the Super Bowl. And for that game to conclude and at the end with the chance for the Bills to win it, I thought it was an interception. I know Bills fans will say otherwise. You can probably give your ref take on that. I didn't have an issue with that at all. I just felt awful for Bills fans. Josh Allen's crying after the game. I felt awful for him. His teammates were like, he didn't lose us the game. He helped us get there. I don't know. I feel like he's going to be one of those players that we sometimes see in the NBA or the NFL or MLB that is so good, that is just so fun to watch, but he never gets to the pinnacle. And this was the year. I mean, his obstacle was out. Mahomes didn't play it. And just the pressure got to him. And what do you have, 4 turnovers in this game? It was just too much.
Yeah. All right, so looking at the Bet Saracen app, AFC, NFC Championship game, you seen the lines yet?
I have not looked at it just
All
yet.
right, so I'll give you a guess. Denver at home against New England. Any guess on the points? Point spread.
New England by 5?
5 is the exact number.
Wow.
So New England -5 for the Broncos catching just under a touchdown at home. Seahawks hosting the Rams. That will be the late game, by the way, next Sunday.
Okay.
Guess on the points?
I'm going to say Seahawks by 4.
2.5.
Okay.
Seahawks -2.5. Money line's -150. So just under a field goal. So a little more respect for the Rams than maybe you thought. And so -5 for the Pats and -2.5 for the Seahawks. Bet Saracen app's got all the action, and we don't have a line yet. Got a line for tonight's game, 7.5. The Hoosiers are favored and don't have anything for tomorrow night's Arkansas Vandy game yet, but that will be out later today.
Yeah,
so get the Bet Saracen app for that.
Really a 3-day sports weekend. We're going to talk Arkansas and the outcome in Athens. Largest SEC differential of the weekend. Razorbacks and Bulldogs. Every other game you look at and that game was close, and then Georgia kind of took it over with 6 minutes to go, unfortunately. We can talk more about that. Let's take some calls, though. Ryan's in Hot Springs, our residential Denver Broncos fan. Ryan, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, guys. If I'll tell you right now, if Stidham can have a clean game with them being at Mile High, this game won't be a blowout. Provided Stidham has a clean game, Drake May has shown you that he will keep this Denver in the game with some of the turnovers he had yesterday and he's had all season long. Now, the other thing that does worry me about this is not only are we out Bo Nix, but we're also out with Pat Bryant. We're also out with Franklin as well. Franklin's got a hammy, and Pat Bryant went out in the first drive with a concussion, like second play of the game.
I'd be lying if I told you I knew. Is that a defender for the Broncos? I don't even. Sorry, Ryan.
No, they're two receivers for Denver, and Franklin is kind of our go-to guys. He's like I said, he's out with a hammy, and then Pat Bryant was a rookie this year that we got out of Illinois, played for Bielema, and he had a concussion 2 weeks ago, and then he got another one this week, so he for sure won't be playing against the Patriots.
So Ryan, as a Broncos fan, walk me through on Saturday when you're celebrating the win. It's the jubilation of victory, and then you find out minutes after the game that your starting quarterback has a broken ankle, requiring surgery, and out for the year. How did those emotions swing for you?
I can't say it on air. It was. I'll say this: it was WTF.
Yeah,
and, we'll just say that.
Yeah, I mean, you almost thought AI had crept in and was lying to you or something. I guess if you're a Broncos fan, but I told some buddies in one of our text group that hey, if people from Arkansas didn't own the team, it'd almost be unbelievable. But since Arkansas has a connection, it's very believable. You get to the conference championship game only to find out you're not going to have your quarterback who had just interviewed on the field with whoever the sideline reporter was. I mean, there was no reason to believe in the immediate aftermath of that game that there was a problem.
Well, I figure his adrenaline. I think he actually got hurt not on the play that Sean Payton thought. I think it was the play before that, whenever he was trying to when he was trying to adjust for the field goal kick, because somebody come down on the back of his leg. I think that's actually where he got hurt, not on the kneel down.
Well, either way, it's like the Arkansas connection. Raised its ugly head in the Rocky Mountains.
Ryan, appreciate the call.
Not good news on the second to last play in overtime. Bo fractured a bone in his right ankle. He's scheduled to have surgery Tuesday of this week to put him out for the rest of the season.
Rough. Miss Lisa has phoned in this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Go ahead, Miss Lisa.
Well, there's a lot of sports to talk about, but I've got a different type of call today. And I want to know if y'all can give me the information. Do they have a GoFundMe or anything set up for Eddie?
Yes,
y'all know?
I have seen some GoFundMes to help the family with final arrangements.
That's what I want to know, because I want to help. Now listen, and I'm trying to keep myself together here. That shook me to my core. I loved his calls, but most of all, I loved his passion. He's like me. Rain, snow, sleet, or hail, the Razorbacks will never fail. And even when they lose, Arkansas is my team. But I want to find one of those. Can y'all direct me to where it might be? In fact, I'd like to pay for the funeral if I can.
Let me do so, and that's very generous of you. Let us do some research, and I'll tell you what, I'll text it to Matt. How about that?
Okay, text it to Matt, and I'm friends with you on Facebook,
Okay.
too.
Yes, I can do that.
PM me.
Okay. Let me find the right one, and we will message it to you.
Okay, and I appreciate it, and go Hawks.
All right. For those that maybe wonder what Miss Lisa's talking about, we got the unfortunate news if you haven't heard, and I bet no less than 30 or 40 people have asked me since Friday about Eddie and what happened. And, it was amazing when he would call the show, and for those maybe just latching on to the story, it's pretty obvious that Eddie has left us, and he's going to be rooting from the seats in the real skybox, in the real suite upstairs from now on for the Razorbacks. His calls would come in, and Ty, I know you got the same reaction. We would get an equal, maybe not an equal amount, probably more like 3/4 that loved Eddie's calls, and about a fourth that said they turned the radio off. But I always enjoyed his calls because there was no one else like him. Was it a little scripted at times? Yes, because he had a direction. Was it lengthy at times? Yes, but they were entertaining. And I'm going to miss those calls. And he came and sat with us and did a show one time when we were in Bentonville. And let me tell you, those calls weren't just a character. The way he talked and the passion he had for the Razorbacks when he was on for a minute or two or three was exactly the way he was when he wasn't on the phone talking to a radio show. I mean, he was as passionate about the distribution center in Clarksville being the number one distribution center for Walmart as he was about the Razorbacks getting to the Final Four. Very few outwardly expressed the emotion and the love for the Hogs the way he did, and it's just a really sad situation, and hate that we're not going to get another call from Eddie.
Yeah, I think on a day like today, for example, when Arkansas did not have its best outing, Eddie would not only call in his voice of approval after big-time Razorback wins, but after losses, problems that he saw, passion, like you mentioned a lot of times, and it's a bummer that we unfortunately will never get to take and react to a live call from our buddy Eddie in Clarksville again. As far as what happened this weekend, did not go well in Athens. Again, that's a top 25 opponent. Arkansas did not have a great game, gave up 90 points to the Bulldogs, and Cal was not happy after the game.
Try a three, and Darius Acuff stops the run with a three-pointer. Man, the Razorbacks needed that basket. It's 11-3. Finally got rid of it to Cyril, who goes to the rim, and Richmond blocked him. That's the block of the year. Acuff to the other end of the rim, lays it up and in. Acuff with the rebound, 8.5 to go. Hogs forced a bad shot. Now Acuff on the other end to the rim, off the glass. It's good over Abson. Arkansas within one, 62-61 with 8:20 to go.
And then you start down 7, 8, 9, nothing. I got to call a timeout on us, on me. So now, what I loved is we fought, tied the game up. I thought we were going to win the game.
This is the opening drive.
Razorbacks never led in this game. Not one time. And you got it close, 68 all, 6 or so minutes to go, 23 run, 9-0 run, I think. And then Georgia just kind of took over at that point in time. You gave up 90 points. That Cyril kid had 7 blocks. 7. And Billy had one of the blocks, as you heard saying from Chuck there, the one of the blocks of the year. That was an incredible display of athleticism and 1-2 from him. But just couldn't shoot the ball, Tommy. Gave up too many points. And now you're welcoming in a team that's lost 2 straight in Vanderbilt tomorrow night.
Yeah. It's not a back-to-the-wall moment, but it sure feels that way for Vanderbilt coming in here to Fayetteville.
Yeah, it is for
Vandy. They could lose 3 in a row. For me, it almost feels that way for the Hawks because you just can't give up home court. I mean, I've said all year you could afford to lose 1 game at home. I don't think you want to cash that chip in quite yet, and then that puts your back to the wall when you have LSU on Saturday. So this is a week that I feel like Arkansas really needs to go 2-0. It is about defense. 76 points should be enough. But I don't think this league, when you look around, is there any superb defense being played consistently in this league when you have an even matchup? And I think looking back on this game, the ease of the win against South Carolina, only Cal will know and only this team will know, but was that a little bit of a detriment for Saturday that it seems so easy against South Carolina? Maybe they needed a little more of a tussle against South Carolina to defensively be ready for what they faced on Saturday. I don't know, but you wonder sometimes when you win so easy in the midweek, you think Saturday's going to be the same way, and it wasn't.
Well, you put yourself in such a hole early where you're down 11-0. Darius hits that pull up, and you're just having to claw back the entire game, having to exert so much energy. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I know South Carolina lost a tough one to Auburn this weekend. It's just when you go on the road in the SEC, and I know the Ole Miss was the exception to the rule, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be difficult. Rare is it you're going to see teams win on the road in this league, and Arkansas just ran into a buzzsaw and wasn't able to counter on Saturday.
Yeah. So how you bounce back, is really important to how this team's going to, be perceived here over the next week. It could really right a wrong here. Not that Georgia's a bad team, but you beat Vanderbilt, and that'll be somewhat of a distant memory. All right, we'll have the game. We'll have the coach's show. We'll have everything for you on the Hit That Line Now app. It's powered by Taco Bell. If you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. The Hit That Line Now app is presented by Taco Bell.
Acuff has him redirected. Surreal eighth in the country in blocks.
I feel like I heard that call so many times from Tom Hart during the course of that game. All right, what is your hot take from the weekend? We've got the national championship on tonight. Arkansas had a good week of recruiting from Ryan Silverfield. We'll tell you more about that coming up in your Hog Update as we continue on next on the Morning Rush.
From the Busch Light Studios. You're listening to the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Your station is the gold standard for sports talk.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh.
This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. You know, a famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
Dad, just please stop.
Anyway, the Stadium Shop on Razorback has everything you could want. Tees, hoodies, puffer vests, polos from Nike, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, Champion, and many more.
Plus, we have stuff for your fan cave and those Razorback golfers out there.
So next time you're in Fayetteville, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or you can shop us on that Googleator, Facegram, Instagram,
Dad, just stop
InstaWeb.
before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
If you hadn't seen it, you would not believe it.
This is the Morning Rush.
2026 is looking bright at Rath Auto Resources. Celebrate by driving away in one of our road-ready certified pre-owned cars, reconditioned and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our award-winning customer service, non-commissioned sales team, and painless pricing, we take the hassle out of the car buying experience, so you can focus on more important things, like that new gym membership, quitting smoking, or that other thing. Ring in the new year with a new ride and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
You know what's underrated? Having choices. Like, imagine not being able to choose your deluxe cravings box at Taco Bell. Imagine you couldn't get a box of classics for $5, or faves for $7, or a lavish feast for $9. Now with cheesy dipping burritos and creamy garlic sauce. Good thing all those choices are, like, actually real. So instead, imagine which you're gonna get. Choose your deluxe cravings box at Taco Bell today. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Harry Robinson Salisal Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Flu vaccines, both regular and high dose for seniors, are now available at Law's Drug Store in Fort Smith. Call 452-6116 to schedule your shot appointment. Usually there is no cost when covered by your insurance. Law's Drug has COVID vaccines, RSV vaccines for ages 60 plus. Pneumonia and tetanus shots are also available. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drug Store, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
The holidays are over and it's time to organize your storage. Ace has always been the helpful place, and right now we're even more helpful by helping you organize all of your storage spaces. Right now, get great deals on storage solutions at Metters Lumber Ace Hardware, like 27-gallon heavy-duty storage totes for only $8.99, Sterilite latching storage totes for only $6.99, or select shelving units for only $79.99. Now through the end of the month, only at Metters Lumber Ace Hardware in Alma, Ozark, and Clarksville. Ace, the helpful place.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Come on, Pete. Gage Wood, no hits him. Allen has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs, please.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Shot downfield. Is intercepted by Cam Curl. Curl goes over, makes the play. And the Rams have it back.
Maybe the play of the game when Chicago could have won it, and Cam Curl, former Arkansas Razorback, picks off Caleb Williams, and then they go down, and Mevis kicks that game-winning field goal in Soldier Field. What an unbelievable
thicker kicker.
Thicker
kicker,
kicker.
man.
Yes, the thicker kicker.
He's lights out.
I kind of wanted Chicago to win that game, but when they said he was from Missouri and had played at Missouri, I really wanted him to miss that kick at that moment. So that was an easy tiebreaker for me on that game.
Well, Rams advance and got a couple Razorbacks, Hunter Henry, Cam Curl, and then if you want to include Arkansas Rob Walden in the mix as well, owner of the Broncos. You can toss them all in the AFC and NFC championship this weekend. As far as future Razorbacks, Arkansas had a good week of recruiting. Xavier Sims, originally from Durant, Oklahoma, was at Oregon. Signed with Arkansas. LaMarcus Hicks, defensive back at Iowa State. I'm not even going to try and say this guy's name from West Georgia. John House from MTSU. They got a commitment from Davion Weatherspoon, according to RD, who's an Ohio offensive lineman. And then Ohio State defensive lineman Trajan Odom has committed to the Razorbacks
right.
via On3.
So help me with this. 33 commitments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen rankings from anywhere from top 10, like number 8.
All 3 has them at 8 right now.
And then all the way down in the 20s. So
24/7 has them at 26.
So I don't know. Help me.
It's about how some of these sites rank, whether or not it's about some of the players that you lose, whether that's factored into the overall rankings or not. I don't.
So
think,
I just believe number 8 because that's the best one?
Always take the best.
Yeah, always take the
because
highest
that's
option.
what the institutional notes will tell you today. What do I really think of this class based on people that study it and watch it and compare with other SEC schools, and where does this rank in the SEC?
I think you have to factor in like where Arkansas was after a 2-10 season and what Ryan Silverfield was able to bring in. Is it LSU, Ole Miss? No, but it's a pretty solid class.
Have we addressed needs? That's the other question.
Yes.
This ESPNU recruiting writer Craig Halbert ranked Ryan Silverfield's class at number 2 of which new coaches rebuilt the best recruiting classes. So, like, relative, it depends on, you ask an important question. It's like what you lost versus what you gained. You also ask is, like, the perception of the school versus what you actually were able to bring in. And based on where Arkansas was, based on where they're now, they brought in a pretty solid class. But like we always do, when you stack it up against the rest of the SEC, it's anywhere from 10, 11 to 12. And now we got 16 teams with Oklahoma and Texas. So I think if you're Ryan Silverfield and staff, you're happy about what you've been able to do thus far, but we'll see what happens starting in September.
Yeah. So the good thing is your basket's not empty. And 10 days ago, 15 days ago, when we started the portal process, I guess 17 days ago, you were a little bit worried about the slow start. Had a flurry of a finish, and is it safe to say they finished at least in the middle of the pack in the SEC? Is that fair?
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't believe this is ever going to be a program that, is number one in anything good and when it comes to football and recruiting. Not going to happen very often, but we'd all take middle of the pack come November in the SEC standings. So, we get middle of the pack now, you got a chance.
Here's something just from Jacob Davis. Arkansas currently has 16 defensive backs on its roster for next season. They forced a total of 21 turnovers in their careers, with the majority recorded this past season. The Razorbacks last year, their defensive backs had only forced 9 turnovers all season, which was tied for 123rd in the FBS. So they've got some guys with experience and some playmakers from other schools.
If you want to lean into something that Ryan Silverfield was good at Memphis is turnover differential. They did force several turnovers. When you look at the rest of college
I remember
football,
one at the 4-yard line last year.
They were good at that. And hopefully Arkansas, that same thought process that you have about the Razorbacks not having highly recruiting classes, I have the same thought to their defense. Are they going to ever have a top 3 defense in this league? No. But they can be a bend but not break defense where they do force turnovers. They do make plays when they have to, as it seemingly happened against them every time the offense was on a pivotal drive at the end of games this year. The opposing defense made plays. Hopefully we can be talking about Arkansas doing that more in 2026.
Yeah. Any more for the Hog Update? All right, that's it. Hog Update is brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions in Fort Smith and in Sallisaw, licensed in Oklahoma and in Arkansas, right across from the courthouse in Sallisaw, conveniently located in the heart of town in Fort Smith, and there to take care of you. No one wakes up in the morning and say, God, I got to get a lawyer. Something happens in your life. Divorce, custody issues, criminal matter. You've been wronged in a business contract situation. Maybe it's a property or real estate matter you need help with. Jackie is there for you. Maybe you need help with estate planning. Jackie can help you. She's got over 13 years of experience. Maybe you've been involved in a car wreck. Whatever the need, Jackie's there to help represent you and make sure whatever has wronged you is taken care of and you're back on the right side of it. 479-769-1505. Easy to understand flat fees. Monthly payments you can afford, down payments that make sense as well. 479-769-1505 or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
We talked about how much turnover there was in SEC football. You've now had 10 of the 32 NFL coaches that have been let go. Nearly a third of the NFL coaches have been fired, either at the end of the season or this offseason. And if you haven't heard, Sean McDermott has been let go and relieved of his duties as the Buffalo Bills head coach just before the Morning Rush started. All right, we've got more to get to here on your Hot Take Monday, including your Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by Cart Pass Social. We continue on the Morning Rush next.
Follow the show on Twitter at HitThatLineAR.
Coach C, this is Colton Little filling in for Tommy Kraft this morning. The player, how's it going, Coach C?
You got an easy one to follow.
Yes.
If you're following Tommy, so there's no pressure.
The shoes aren't that big. He wears multiple pairs of socks every day.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh.
This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. You know, a famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
Dad, just please stop.
Anyway, the Stadium Shop on Razorback has everything you could want. Tees, hoodies, puffer vests, polos from Nike, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, Champion, and many more.
Plus, we have stuff for your fan cave and those Razorback golfers out there.
So next time you're in Fayetteville, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or you can shop us on that Googleator, Facegram, Instagram,
Dad, just stop
InstaWeb.
before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Billy Richmond, Big Dunk. We got a ball game, folks.
This is the Morning Rush.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wave Rural Connect has some exciting news. Our service is now available in a brand new zone covering parts of Midland and Montreal. If you're along Highway 45, 252 or 253, or on Douglas Road or Slaytonville Road, you can get fast, reliable fiber internet today. Don't miss out. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect. Internet that works when you need it most.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Hey, this is Damien, and I've grown up around the kitchen at DK Fit Meals. My dad, David, the owner, started this business because he knows you're busy, but you still want food that's fresh, delicious, and actually good for you. Forget the fast food compromises. We're taking customized, ready-to-eat, healthy meals made right here in Fort Smith. Whether you pre-order for the week or ordering something from our grab-and-go frozen meals, we make it easy to stick to your goals. Stop settling and start performing. Get your next week of meals sorted today. Visit dkfitmeals.com, that's dkfitmeals.com, and taste the difference fresh food makes. Fuel your life with DK Fit Meals.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
College football playoff national championship game coming up tonight. You can hear most of it right here on ESPN Arkansas. Morning Rush Daily Question. Who wins the game and why?
Well,
Indiana, Miami, who wins it and why?
Well, Sig didn't drink enough beers after the semifinals win.
Yeah, at my age, you drink two, you fall asleep.
He just drank one. So because he did not overindulge in the beer, I'm taking Indiana to win this game tonight. I do think Miami covers. I think it's a better game than some people anticipate. But I think the Cinderella story, the clock does not strike midnight. I think they get it done.
Slipper doesn't fit. It's over. In my opinion, I thought they were going to lose last week to Oregon. Oregon doesn't have nearly as much on the defensive side as Miami does. Indiana's also hurting a little bit defensively, and they've been really good up there up front all year. Did we see what happened? Do we remember what happened in the Miami and Ole Miss game? Miami held the ball for nearly 40 minutes of the game. I don't imagine they're going to try and stray too far away from that, and they have the body to be able to do it, especially against a depleted Hoosiers defense. I think you're going to see a low-scoring game. I think Indiana's going to probably try and put up as many points as they can, but Miami's defense at the end of the day is really, really good, and I think that Miami's going to come out on top on this one. No hate to Signetti, no hate to the Hoosiers. It's been a great story all season long, but when it gets down to this point, I really do think that Miami's just better in the trenches, and that's what matters in a championship game. Hope I'm not wrong.
Indiana's defensive injuries have been up front, right?
Mm-hmm. Their best defensive lineman, Stephen Daly, I think the kid's name, that hurt himself celebrating.
That's where they have that's where they have been so dominant against teams. But I still think Indiana's the better team. I think they've got enough headroom and margin there. I'm going to go with Indiana. I'm like you, Ty. Maybe it's a little closer than some of their other recent playoff games have been. But I think Indiana wins this game, and I think the conversation about where they fit in with the great Alabama teams, where they fit in the all-time landscape at 16-0, they're in the conversation.
Well, think about like last 20 years. I'd need help from you or Clay or someone else.
I think there's only been one other college team ever go 16-0.
Is it because LSU went 15-0, Bama went 15-0? Who's the other 16-0 team?
Yale.
Wow.
Like in 1896 or so. I mean, but obviously no one's had the chance to go 16-0 until this year, but or last year rather. But I think Indiana, just the way they played, forget about all time and errors and are they as good as the 92 Alabama let's just talk about since the year 2000.
Okay. So early Miami team.
Yeah.
Under Larry Coker.
Let's just let's go back to LSU to Nick Saban and LSU. I think if they win this game tonight, they've got to be in the conversation with some of the better teams of the last 25 years.
So if you go that decade, so that 01 Miami Hurricanes team that capped it off that national
ton of draft
championship.
picks.
Yes. You had Alabama teams that repeated in 2011, 2012, Auburn 2010, Cam Newton and company go undefeated. Just kind of going through this list. Clemson, I think, went undefeated the second time they beat Alabama. You've got the LSU team with Joe Burrow. You've got the Mac Jones, Devontae Smith Alabama team. I think that's 6 or 7 undefeateds right there. Like you said, they're in that conversation. It's just so odd to see Indiana, a traditional basketball school, stacked and right next to all those schools I just listed out are football tradition schools.
And if they win, they'll have beaten in consecutive weeks Alabama, Oregon, wherever they played last week, I already forgot, and then Miami. So all of these big blue
don't forget Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And
I mean, they didn't roll over a bunch of Northwesterns and
they've been slaying giants all season long.
So and Mendoza's a Miami kid, and I read this. I think it was an On3 report. It came down to Miami and Indiana for his services, and he chose not to go back home. He chose to follow Sig.
But out of high school, he was overlooked by everybody, and what ended up at Cal Berkeley. I mean, I heard that story and him telling it this weekend. I mean, it's a great Cinderella story to even get to this point. I mean, Indiana wasn't where he was at, and the fact that I was listening to him tell the story. The coach from Cal Berkeley called him up, brought him out, and he was just trying to get a walk-on opportunity. The thought of a scholarship wasn't even in his mind, and then when they offered him a scholarship, that wasn't even what he was looking for. So, where he was at coming out of high school to winning the Heisman Trophy, it's a pretty significant story.
It's pretty wild. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Great place. It's a little cold. It's going to get a little nippy this weekend as well. Well, you can still play golf at one of over 1,000 different golf courses at Cart Pass Social. They've got 10 TVs. College Football National Championship. You can watch it tonight. AFC and NFC Championship this weekend. The Arkansas LSU game. If you can't make it to Bud Walton, you can do it all at Cart Pass Social. It's BYOB. Plus, you can, again, check out the different events, packages they have, birthday parties, whatever you're planning, they can do it all at Cart Pass Social. Go to cartpasssocial.com. It is always BYOB at Cart Pass Social.
Looking at the, like the next 10 days of the forecast, I don't think there's going to be any outdoor golf. For anyone sane, at least, for a little while. I mean, we're talking low 40s for the highs. Some days not even that. The wind is going to be the problem. So, yeah, Cart Pass Social, if you want to, because I got last week was busy. I got to hit on the simulator like one day. If you got the itch to swing the club, this is going to be your best option at Cart Pass Social for a week or more.
I made the dumb decision, and I say dumb. I enjoyed playing. I played yesterday in 20-degree weather.
Did you? You texted me if I was going to play. I could not. I didn't know if you got out there or not.
I did get out there.
Did you have a cart cover?
Yes.
Okay.
I did. So and
that helped.
It kind of, as DVA framed it this weekend.
It's awfully cold, obviously, as you guys are sitting here shivering.
They had some scrimmage stuff that they were doing for the Arkansas baseball team this weekend, and
Did you have a cart heater?
No, but I was fine.
So you missed me then.
Yes, I did. I should have just gone.
Because I've got a good cart cover, I've got heated seats, and I've got the heater in the cart.
Should have just take the cart. Where was colder? Was Chicago or New England colder yesterday? I was watching these fans and just somehow, some way, stomach and watch their favorite team, and then the opposing fans that were in both Soldier Field and also Foxborough.
I don't know the actual answer, but the snow at New England was going sideways early, which told me the wind's blowing. So I don't know who had the colder temperature. I would guess Boston had maybe the colder wind chill, but I always find it interesting. Like you have a 30-second timeout. Here come these guys running on the field to put those
coats on,
those capes. I don't even call it a coat. They're like a insulated cape they put around you. How much does that really help? I don't know, but that you saw a lot of the capes yesterday.
Made you think back to when you were a kid and there was snow outside and you wanted to go outside and play football with your friends. That was one of my favorite activities growing up, but I had no interest whatsoever of either watching the game at both Soldier Field and up there in Foxborough. I think it's still Gillette, based on what those fans were experiencing yesterday. As far as what we watched in Athens yesterday, on Saturday at Stegman, Razorbacks gave Georgia a run for their money in the second half. never led during the basketball game, and then just kind of fell apart at the tail end. Malik Thomas did not have a good outing in this game on Saturday. Billy started again. I wonder if we're going to see that the rest of the way. I know Carter's still nursing. I'm going to guess his hip pointer. Kyle didn't get asked about that, but
still played 20 minutes though.
Yeah, he had himself quite a game. Talking about Billy, he had that great block, nearly double-digit rebounds. Don't know what they need to do, because you think about
turn the ball over less.
Yeah,
play better defense.
They need more from their experienced players. You are relying way too much on the impact of freshmen. You started this at the beginning of the season. You said you're not going to go to the Final Four or the second weekend or the end of this if you're relying too much on freshmen. Trevin Brazile, DJ Wagner, Malik Ewan, and the other one, I've already forgotten them, Carter Knox. All these guys are not, Nick Pringle especially, are not producing nearly as consistently as your two freshmen are every single night.
Darius,
and it's becoming a huge detriment to your team.
Darius has turned the ball over a few more times on the road. He had 4 turnovers in this game, which Cal said after a game like that is it's too much. He goes 7 for 16, which is, I'll take that percentage any day of the week. Malik goes 4 of 17, kind of like you're saying. You got to get more from the supporting cast outside of Billy Richmond. You didn't have that necessarily in your. I guess TB had was 4-7 for 8 points, but
8's not enough from.
It's not enough.
From him.
Yeah, that's not
when
enough.
you're relying so much on those freshmen, like you're talking about, when they do have off nights, and it was really Malik more than Darius that had an off night. You've got to get more, as you said, from those other players. And if you think about it as the season overall, the 3 actual road games, because the Ole Miss game wasn't really a road game because they didn't have anybody there. They were focused on the game. You won that game. You still gave up 87 points. You got beat in East Lansing. You got beat in Athens, and you got beat at Auburn. And who's to say that when you go to these other road venues against a marginal to okay team that you don't have and suffer and sustain the same result, because they have not showed that they are successful. And maybe that speaks to what the SEC is overall, and maybe I'm making too much out of that. But this team is night and day different from when they're playing at home versus on the road.
Arkansas outscored Georgia on paint points, second chance points, fast break points. Arkansas had more bench points. The difference in the ball game, though, points off turnovers. Georgia had 29, Arkansas had 15. Turnovers were not lopsided. I mean, there was too many. It was not a pretty basketball game. Arkansas turned it over 18 times. Georgia turned it over 17 times. I mean, you end up losing by 14. The marginal in points off turnovers is exactly 14, but it's the 29 you allowed Georgia to score off of your turnovers. That's the problem.
And to your point,
too many possessions, too many extra possessions, Colton.
And to your point from earlier, Tommy, against South Carolina, that whole game where you said that maybe they took their foot off the gas afterwards, only 4 turnovers all game, and you had 10 in the first half against Georgia.
Yeah, they got off in too deep of a hole, and they weren't able to claw back. Just to put in perspective the other games over the weekend, Arkansas had the largest point differential loss of any team in the Southeastern Conference. It was a great day of basketball. If you watched other games, it really was back and forth in a lot of different places. But and it was
14. I mean, it's not like you got clobbered by 30. Yeah. But I mean, your point's accurate. But I mean, somebody had to carry that tag. But 14's not like you got clobbered.
I was the only one in double digits. The next closest one was 8 between LSU and Missouri. So when you look how close the games were in the SEC on Saturday. You're right. They didn't get clobbered, but just wish they would have made more plays in the second half.
All right, back in the Basketball Palace of Mid-America tomorrow, John Calipari and the High Flying Hogs are heating up Bud Walton. It needs to be hot in there tomorrow night. It's going to be cold outside. Single-game tickets still available for nearly every Razorback basketball game this season. If you have tickets, make sure they're being used or transferred to a friend. If you need tickets, and particularly for tomorrow night, go to ArkansasRazorbacks.com. That's ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
More on the NFL games from over the weekend. The Chicago Bears fall at home. What an outcome. What a game last night at Soldier Field between them and the Los Angeles Rams. The AFC and NFC championships are set. We'll get more into that. What's your hot take from this sports weekend? We'll get to all of those next on the Morning Rush.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh.
This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. You know, a famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
Dad, just please stop.
Anyway, the Stadium Shop on Razorback has everything you could want. Tees, hoodies, puffer vests, polos from Nike, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, Champion, and many more.
Plus, we have stuff for your fan cave and those Razorback golfers out there.
So next time you're in Fayetteville, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or you can shop us on that Googleator, Facegram, Instagram,
Dad, just stop
InstaWeb.
before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
All right, you're all set with a coat and scarf. Bundling up?
Yeah, it's freezing out there.
Want to bundle up some wins?
Wins?
It's the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. It's Powerball with Power Play, Lotto, and a free natural state jackpot ticket, all for just $5.
Wait. 3 chances for 3 jackpots for $5? Bundle me up.
Ask for the $5 bundle today. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is the Morning Rush.
2026 is looking bright at Rath Auto Resources. Celebrate by driving away in one of our road-ready certified pre-owned cars, reconditioned and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our award-winning customer service, non-commissioned sales team, and painless pricing, we take the hassle out of the car buying experience, so you can focus on more important things, like that new gym membership, quitting smoking, or that other thing. Ring in the new year with a new ride and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hi, everybody. This is Chris George from Joshua's Fine Jewelry in beautiful downtown Russellville. We all work hard to get the job done right, whether it's sports or daily jobs or school. At Joshua's, we understand you work hard for your money, and we work hard every day to give you the best value for your money. Beautiful, well-crafted jewelry, well-thought-out repairs, custom design for that special gift of a lifetime. Come see us at Joshua's Fine Jewelry in beautiful downtown Russellville.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hotline, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Hi, I'm Dr. Cole Johnson with River Valley Smile Center. If you're hiding your smile because of chipped, stained, or uneven teeth, or you feel like your smile doesn't reflect how you feel inside, our dental team is here to help. We offer a variety of cosmetic and restorative dental services, from custom veneers to full mouth rehabilitation. We take pride in combining clinical precision with an artistic eye to help you feel confident and comfortable every step of the way. It's time to love your smile again. Call 479-646-0706 or visit rivervalleysmiles.com to set up your consultation. Let's create the smile you've always wanted.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see skies become mostly cloudy. There'll be a wide range in temperatures, upper 20s across the north with highs around 40 down south, northwest winds at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Decreasing clouds tonight, lows 15 to 20, sunny with highs in the upper 40s on Tuesday. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
This weather information is brought to you by The Solid Rock, your source for inspirational gifts, home decor, women's boutique items, personalized Bibles, and more.
A blockbuster, earth-quaking type of news story. Sean Calipari to Arkansas.
Arkansas has landed themselves, the biggest brand coach in all of college athletics.
I think Cal will win at Arkansas.
They are more or less the center of the college basketball world.
That's a top 10 team under John Calipari.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here. ESPN 95.3.
What a move by Big Z!
KERX Paris Fort Smith, broadcasting live from the Busch Light Studios. This is the Morning Rush.
This hour of the Morning Rush is powered by Busch Light. Busch Light, the coldest and smoothest light lager there is.
And they go deep down the field, and the pass is far. No, it's McMillan has the football. How about that?
That's a pivotal play in the game. We have the ball at the 20, maybe kicking a game-winning field goal right there. So I'll just leave it at that. But I'm saying it because I'm standing up for Buffalo. Damn it!
Here it is on the way. The Broncos have won it in overtime.
Not good news on the second to last play in overtime. Bo fractured a bone in his right ankle.
He breaks through. Still doing it. Jones. He is in for the touchdown. Chicago's caught a touchdown pass with Cole Clement open in the corner. Shot downfield. It's intercepted by Ken Curl. Curl goes over, makes the play. And the Rams have it back.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is the Morning Rush.
So for the AFC and NFC championships this weekend, I believe we've got 4 Razorbacks and 1 Arkansas. Cam Curl and Bo Limmer for the Los Angeles Rams. You've got Dre Greenlaw for the Denver Broncos and Hunter Henry for the New England Patriots. Colton, am I missing a former Razorback? I don't think there's anyone on Seattle that I'm familiar with. Rob Walton, owner of the Broncos. But I think those 4 Razorbacks and 1 Arkansas, I think that sums up who's connected Arkansas-wise in these upcoming AFC and NFC championship games. And Cam had the play of the day outside of Caleb Williams, just miraculous touchdown throw, 4th and 4. I don't know if I've seen a better throw on a football field than what he did there. But the Broncos are hosting the Pats, and the Rams are traveling to take on the Seattle Seahawks, their division rival. Should be a great weekend ahead of sports.
Should be. That's where we begin. We'll do some of those games. We still got one more game to go in this week's Fence Man Friday picks. We'll have tonight's championship game. We'll find out how we did on Friday. Then we'll pick those championship games and some college basketball coming up on Friday. The Fence Man is always there when it comes to your fencing and gating needs. Powered automatic gates, all kinds of fencing for residential, commercial, and industrial, high-security fencing. And right now they've got a 10% offer when you get your quote right now, 782-3936. Tell them you heard about it here on the Morning Rush. Get 10% off your fencing when you call right now to the Fence Man. 782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Kevin is in Rogers this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Kevin, fire away.
Hey, Ty. Hey, Tommy. Colton, how's everybody doing?
Hey, we're trying to stay warm, man. Trying to stay warm.
Yeah, it's cold up here in northwest Arkansas. Hey, I just have a few comments. I mean, I'm disappointed. Also, you may have gotten a really good, and I said this, and I mean, the Georgia loss did not surprise me. I knew how good Cyril was. A lot of people don't realize he was part of that Boogie Flan, Carter Knox, Mitch Richmond class at Kentucky. And he was thinking of coming here, but he went to Georgia instead. A lot of people don't know that, but he was going to play for Cal. I mean, so Cal knew what was going on. Probably, I just have a couple of things. Most frustrating thing for me watching that game, I mean, the turnovers were ridiculous, and they were lazy turnovers early. I mean, just lob passes, and, I mean, it was just ridiculous. But probably one of the most frustrating things is when they don't listen to what he's trying to tell them. You can't drive the ball in and go right up against the guy if you're a 6'2" guard, no matter how good you think you are. I mean, you've got to dump those balls off, and those are just major mistakes. I mean, and Darius did it, Malik did it, DJ did it. I mean, even Billy did it. I mean, you just can't challenge a guy like that because he's going to get you. And most of those times, those blocks turned into extra possessions and points. Regarding the go ahead, Ty.
Well,
I do have one more thing.
That's a mid-range thing. Like the mid-range has been taken out of college basketball and a good chunk of the NBA. And Cal's talked about it with DJ. It's like he always goes all the way to the rim. They're not necessarily a floater or push shot that some of these guys have in their arsenal. And when you go up against a shot blocker like that, like you're talking about, you've got to utilize that more. Wow. And they didn't on Saturday, exactly like you're saying, Kevin.
And when you initiate the contact, when it's offensive initiated contact as the player and the defender's legal, you know, you might as well dish because you're not going to get a shot at his height against those defenders inside, and you're not going to get a foul call either. And I think this league, from a frontline standpoint, is getting better. They're getting secondary defenders are getting high out of the restricted area. They're going straight up, and they're not leaving a lot of places or a lot of creases for guards like Acuff to go when you have that kind of matchup.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And I'm going to talk about the conference just real quick, and then I'll go. If you're really looking at, I mean, the four road teams that won, there were four road teams that won on Saturday. That might be your top four if Kentucky gets it together, because I'll just tell you, Florida's not losing until February. I looked at their schedule, and there is no excuse. They've got 2 games at home. They're probably going to be favored 80% or more. And then they go on the road to South Carolina, and then you're into February, and then they have Alabama at home. Right now, they're the best team in the league, and it doesn't have to do with their guard play. Yeah, those guards are playing better, but when you have a lottery pick and you got 2 dominant, and they have 2 dominant 7-footers, they're in position to win the league. I mean, they are. I mean, if you just have average guard play because of how their forward, he's a lottery pick. If anybody's watched him, he's the real deal. And then you got Chinyelu and Conlon down low. I mean, they're going to be hard to beat. We have to play them on the road. So right now, if I was going to say, I believe Florida possibly, I thought 4 or 5 losses could win the league. I mean, that'll be the most. So the Hogs are going to be fighting for that top 4. And A&M is so much better than everybody thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
They can go on the road and win. If you watch them, it's kind of like watching some of Nolan's old teams. He gets after you for 40 minutes. They don't let up, and that's why they win games on the road. Plus, they can shoot the 3.
They call it Bucky ball.
So
he's a Bucky. Bucky's a good coach. McMillan's a good coach.
And that's all I got. And I like them a lot better than I like Buzz. So they're fun to watch. And Alabama, you just don't know what you're going to get. With Alabama, are they going to, But you got to win those games against Oklahoma. These teams you have to beat on the road, you have to beat. Mm-hmm. The ones that you're favorite, you have to beat.
Well, and so far they have. Early. I know it's Ole Miss, but they didn't have to beat Auburn. They didn't have to beat Georgia, but Ole Miss was a win you got to have. So you're right, and the next one's at Oklahoma. But let's worry about Vandy and LSU first.
The Vandy game is huge right now. Because their backs are against the wall, and teams usually play us hard. Their backs are definitely against the wall there. So that you're 100% right on that. And that Ole Miss game, that Ole Miss win's looking really good right now.
They won 3
just
straight.
keep winning.
Yeah. And you caught Kevin, thanks for the call. You caught them at the right time, just ahead of their college football semifinal. Building was empty, more or less, by SEC standards. So they hadn't turned the page to basketball at all. So you caught them at the right time. We need a full house. We need a loud crowd. It's an 8 o'clock start. It's cold. There's going to be every reason in the world to not go to the game tomorrow night, but you need to gird up your loins and be there because we need a building that's worth 6 or 8 points tomorrow night.
Here's a hot take for you early this week here on Hot Take Monday. There will be more fans in attendance tomorrow night than there will be on Saturday, just because of the weather. I mean, you've seen the weather, what the forecast looks like.
Yeah.
How rare is it? How odd is it to say that you're going to have a bigger crowd midweek than you would a weekend?
Well, we'll see we'll see. You're right. We'll see how the forecast plays out, and weathermen love to go crazy about how much snow and ice we're going to get, and then it actually rolls around and we get little of nothing. And I swear they're in cahoots with the grocery stores.
That's like us.
But we'll see.
It's not easy to do their job. That's like us when we predict stuff.
Oh, we got models. We got computer models saying we're going to get 9 feet of snow this weekend. 9 feet. You
could have saved this for Wednesday to go in on weathermen. I didn't know you hated weathermen.
I don't hate weathermen. They just
Is it weathermen and weatherwomen, or do you say
weather professionals? Yeah. They sensationalize. Yes, it's their moment to shine, and they take full advantage.
What do you think we do as radio?
But we don't sensationalize to the point that we affect people's lives and what they're doing. We may affect an opinion or a thought, but we don't affect.
Whether or not you go get your gas, or you go rob the whole store of toilet paper.
Well, I mean, we don't go to school or work now on the threat of weather.
It's great.
No, it's not. You just gave a 30-minute speech about being productive in every minute of your day earlier today. A very inspiring. And now you're saying, "Oh, it's great. We'll just not go to work. We'll just not go to the game. We just won't have that edge in the basketball palace of Mid-America."
I thought you were going to transition our company to being work from home, like so many others have.
I could do a lot from home.
Yeah.
Like so many others have over the years. No,
yeah. Oh, you mean all those people that are for sale or out of business? Those are the ones you're talking about. The ones whose groups are for sale or they're hanging on by a thread. Yeah, I don't want to duplicate that.
Ryan says Darby Vibey is really pumped up right now.
Oh, I know. I mean, they're lathered up for this thing. I mean, they've been talking about it for a week. The possibility of snow.
Damn, I didn't know you had a vendetta.
Well, it's overstated every time. And this may be the one event we get 9 feet of snow, but rarely, if ever, do we get as much snow as they predict.
Let me take up for my fellow broadcasters here for a sec. So I
don't think they put you in that category.
Hold on. So
they're broadcasters, Ty.
You and I agree that Indiana is going to win the game tonight, but they're not going to cover.
Yes.
We are giving what we believe based on what we've seen, the eye tests, based on other variables. What if Miami just shells them tonight and beats them?
We were wrong.
Isn't that same concept apply for weathermen and weather ladies?
People don't cancel school based on what we say.
Well, they bet on it.
That's right. People be betting money.
They bet money. And
people don't close daycares. They don't send their employees home. They don't affect lives.
I'll tell you what.
Based on what I know we do an important job. We're doing the Lord's work here, but weathermen's predictions carry a little bit more consequence.
Gravitas.
Yeah, well, just more consequence. Yeah. I remember we had
Ask Ruskin.
4 or 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. We had this prediction on a Sunday that we were going to get like this wild outbreak of tornadoes, and it was eerie how empty the town was. Everybody stayed home. I mean, there was going to be this wild outbreak of severe weather, hail, tornadoes, strong straight line winds, and guess what? Nothing happened.
You know what I think happened as a kid, Colton? A weatherman predicted snow, and Tommy got all excited.
That's right.
And then not a drop hit the ground the next day.
He stayed up all night. He thought he didn't have to go to school. Yeah. He woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to look out onto the frosty majesty of a winter's morning.
I've seen it all twice.
He's like he's like the inspector in Fred Claus, that Kevin Spacey, and I forget the guy's actual name, but he was tormented as a kid because he didn't get what he wanted growing up because he was on the bad list, and then he's had this vendetta against Santa Claus. And Tommy has the same vendetta against weathermen.
No, it's just we talk ourselves into it, then everybody gets into this mode that, hey, we're not going to work Thursday and Friday. Well, it's not supposed to snow till Saturday. Yeah, but we can't work Thursday and Friday. We can't, it'll just turn into that.
Sounds like real life experience.
It's true. I came in here and said, hey, I may not be here Friday.
Yeah.
Tommy got mad.
Colton started it off. Hey,
it's your fault,
may not be able to be here. Everybody gets into that mode.
No. Well, I don't think there's going to be snow in Miami tonight when the Hurricanes take on the
there'll be
Hoosiers.
snow in Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Irvin's there. They'll be snow.
I didn't think about that. Did y'all hear Carson Beck? Don't hear what he said? He gets asked about like coursework and getting ready for this semester. And keep in mind, that kid's like 30 years old.
Child, please.
Did you have class yesterday? If so, what class? And I know there was a pep rally on campus. Just what has it been like being you as a student this week, particularly yesterday?
No class. I graduated 2 years ago.
He's 23 years old. And that honestly is
he's got to take some class, right? You got to be in a minimum number of hours in order to play on the football team, right?
I think that expired. Like he probably was as a grad. He probably was in a graduate program of some sort this past semester.
Okay.
But being that the season officially concludes tonight, that's just a guess. I don't know that for a fact. But you know what's nuts about this game tonight? Not just that Carson Beck isn't dealing with classes like every other college student that's going through. The end of the regular season, think about this, ended on November the 28th. And this game tonight is January the 19th. Nearly 2 months after the end of the college football regular season, we'll have the end of the college football season. That's way too long. We've talked about it. We've got to
Ty
make this concise. Football. We've got to make this.
Ty hates football.
No, to go away, and you don't want any more.
Yeah, Ty doesn't want any more football.
It's not that. It's just is that not appear as a problem to you?
Okay.
Why did we not play this game on Saturday?
Stop.
There's no.
Why is it that way? Because there's only one correct answer. Why is this?
Saying money?
No, give me an answer.
Television.
No.
Okay, that's 0 for 2. Someone help? 877-377-691.
It's one simple answer. It's obvious.
I don't know what answer you're looking for. You're
the Rose Bowl. It's the big bowls because, by God, we're going to play the Rose Bowl on January 1, and we're going to have kickoff where we can have the sunset over the San Gabriel Mountain. We're going to do all that because we are tied.
The rainy atmosphere.
We are forever tethered to at least January 1 until they are willing to change this. January 1, Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Peach Bowl now, Orange Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, those 6 that get the quarters and the semis are the whole. And we're not playing the Rose Bowl Christmas weekend. So that's why it is the way it is.
Should they just go back to the ways that it was whenever they played all those big bowl games on January 1st? There wasn't a real national championship game when they let the real, intelligent people decide, us writers and media people. We just chose and we thought was the championship. Yeah, that's what we should do.
They just dictated.
No, I mean, they're playing it out on the field, but I mean, your point is valid that, hey, there's way too big a gap. Mm-hmm. But, the NBA says it's great. I mean, because the NBA has the longest playoffs ever. I mean, they end their season in March and they don't decide a champion until July 4th. So, I mean, it's just forever with them, too.
That's wild.
But, I mean, what do you want to do? Sit around and talk to your wives? I mean, let's have more games on TV.
Do you think
let's have more to watch?
Is the SEC or the Big Ten going to win out moving to either 16 or 24 teams? Because the Big Ten wants 24. Tony Petitti wants 24. Greg Sankey and company wants 16. What's going to win out this
16. Because you're going to get all the money you can get for now at 16. And then, and guess what? 16 won't be enough. There'll be someone that's been fouled, that's been wronged by the committee, and we'll have to expand the field once again. So, no, you do not go from where you're at with 12 to immediately 24 because you can't make the financial jump. Mm-hmm. And these are the aces that remain up the sleeve for the sport to expand revenue as additional. What else do they have?
That makes sense.
Until they break away and put the screws to a certain number of programs that won't be invited to the new big boy club, the new real exclusive country club that's going to happen in the next 10 years. Mm-hmm. Until they do that and not share any of the money with anyone, then, we're not going to expand it.
B says bring back the BCS. He is in favor of that.
BCS got it right.
I don't mind
more often than
BCS. It was the lack of teams. Like if you could have expanded when it went to 4, and then expanded went to 12, and if you do it again 16.
16 teams, no buys. BCS puts them 1 through 16.
Keep the formula.
But the problem is then you don't have people sitting on a powerful committee that apparently no one really wants to be on. But being on a selection committee is a powerful position. It's a resume builder. But people bail on this thing, get out all the time. They're bringing repeats back.
They have to, and then like a term thing, you get 2 or 3 years.
But
and then
there's
term out.
what I'm saying is there's people that bail short of their term.
Yeah. JT in Hot Springs, once the expansion goes to 24, the season won't end until after the Super Bowl. That would be
Well, if they continue to let the road, no, I don't know that, because do you back the season up? Does this affect conference championship games, or do you just start playing games the week after the conference championship game and you get it down to 8 by New Year's Eve?
I think you have to do that.
Yeah, you get it down to quarterfinals, and that way the Rose Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl and those grand 6 bowls, they get the quarters and the semis can still get their due on January 1.
It crunches that though, because you wouldn't have a full week, and I know that technically it didn't happen.
I don't have the December calendar anymore in front of me, but if you had 3 weeks from you may have to back up, but if you had 3 December weekends, you could go from 24 teams or 16 teams. Let's just go 16. Yeah. 16 teams, round 1, 8 teams. So you could still do conference championship games the first week of December, have a break, come back, play the first round, take 16, turn them into 8, and get your quarterfinals New Year's weekend.
So what can Arkansas football, what can Ryan Silverfield, and we'll talk more about his class coming up, what can they learn from Indiana?
Well, as just an observer, I learned belief. I mean,
belief in finding Mark Cuban.
But that again,
but I don't think that. Has he pumped in?
We need to separate. Hold on, we need to separate this, because that's a point that some people made. There was not, to my knowledge, a huge influx of money when Sig got there. All of a sudden, some were calling it the worst hire in college football history, and now he's turned it into the 2 best years maybe any college football program has experienced over the millennium. Like, so that money's there now.
Yeah, Cuban wasn't putting that in on the front end.
But it was they
didn't build this on that money.
Yeah, he had the impressive season, but then that caused all Cuban, and they've got a pretty big enrollment size. I don't know what their
they got the largest alumni base in the country.
I don't know what their endowment looks like relative to others. I would guess based on that stat you just
very big for basketball.
It's pretty it's pretty big. But I think that influx of money came in after that.
So you got to have some luck. When Petrino came in 2008, did he have some luck on in-state kids and flipping some kids? But there was just talent to get in-state, and that was the way you did it then. You got to have some luck, and you got to have some of these 33 you signed be diamonds in the rough. You got to have more than 1 or 2. You know, was Indiana's quarterback Mendoza? Was he expected to be a Heisman Trophy winner by anybody anywhere?
No,
even at the beginning of the year,
his odds, like they were talking about it before the season, like the odds, he had one of the highest, if not the highest odds to ever start, like his Heisman Trophy odds, and then winning it.
Was that a great deal of good fortune? Were they lined up trying to steal him away for this season in the transfer portal? No. You've got to have some players that just way outperform expectations.
Evaluation of talent.
Yeah, right. Gavin says, Indiana has taught me what you guys say all the time. Winning cures all.
Exactly, it does, but you've also got to have a great deal of luck in your evaluations that, hey, you've got 5 or 6 players. And then I just really believe that confidence and belief carry you a lot more than people give credit to.
Oh yeah, the entire Indiana fan base thinks they're winning tonight. That team thinks they're going to win. Their coach thinks they're going to win.
The second point you made is the important one. The team.
Yeah.
The team thinks they're going to win. And belief, really believing and really wanting to win, not just for yourself, but for the guy to your left and right in that locker room. I know that sounds cliche and Rudy-esque. But there is a lot to that. When you can get a team to really rally and want to do it for each other, a lot of great things happen. And, I think Indiana's found that right magic level with their team. And it's very thin, and it's hard to find and identify, but Signetti and that staff have found a way to do it. Hey, if you're looking to start the year strong, there's something you need to hear, and that's WT Equipment in Springdale has New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders built to handle whatever the job and the year. throws your way. It might be 9 feet of snow this Friday. You might need a front end loader to get 9 feet of snow off your parking lot. You'll get an outstanding operator comfort, class-leading visibility, and best-in-class boom geometry for exceptional life and reach. These machines range from 60 to 90 horsepower. They're fuel efficient and support a wide variety of attachments so you can tackle more jobs with one machine. Hey, if you're ready to work smarter this year, start now with a New Holland 300 Series Compact Track Loader. It's available at WT Equipment in Springdale. WT Equipment. Equip your future. Elevate your potential.
It was a great weekend of SEC basketball. Some incredible games and finishes. We'll tell you about that. Plus, Arkansas's latest update in their recruiting class for this next season. Stay with us. It's the Morning Rush.
Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now.
It's awfully cold, obviously, as you guys are sitting here shivering.
This is the Morning Rush.
You know what's underrated? Having choices. Like, imagine not being able to choose your deluxe cravings box at Taco Bell. Imagine you couldn't get a box of classics for $5, or faves for $7, or a lavish feast for $9. Now with cheesy dipping burritos and creamy garlic sauce. Good thing all those choices are, like, actually real. So instead, imagine which you're gonna get. Choose your deluxe cravings box at Taco Bell today. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
We're keeping Arkansas beautiful. Want to lend a hand? Don't be afraid to get them dirty. Every day, volunteers around the state are picking up litter, planting trees and wildflowers, recycling, and more. You know what these volunteers need most? Help. Volunteer today at keeparkansasbeautiful.com. Learn more about all our programs. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the morning rush.
Cover with the basketball. Down one. Hubbard! No! Tap back won't go. Rebound Coverdale. Ole Miss wins their third straight in the SEC. First win at Humphrey Coliseum since 2021.
Boys, I'll tell you what, that Ole Miss win on the road in the Pavilion is looking better by the day. You just heard that broadcasters there state 3 straight. Josh Hubbard missed 2 free throws. I don't know if y'all watched the end of this game, and then missed that game winner, a shot that I've seen him make so many times at the tail end. And Ole Miss survives on the road in Starkville.
Good win for the Hogs, right?
Yeah.
You know, like we were talking about a minute ago, that's 3 straight for Ole Miss. Makes that win over them a little over a week ago look even better. So hope they keep winning, but makes your net ranking look even better. And they've found a little bit of something since they played the Razorbacks.
Florida gets the biggest win of the weekend as they go to Nashville and defeat Vanderbilt 98-94. You heard Ryan, not Ryan and Hotspur, Kevin and Rogers earlier talk about how Florida's really coming into its own. They've got the best, I've been saying it for weeks, they got the best front court in basketball. Xavier Lee and Boogie Flanders starting to play together a little more as the rest of their role players. And you got them at the end of February. That's the team right now to beat in the Southeastern Conference.
I believe they are the best team, and I would suspect tomorrow when the Pradco Pyramid of Power comes out, they'll be easily ranked atop the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Razorbacks fall in Athens to Georgia. Cal after the game.
So now, what I love is we fought, tied the game up. I thought we were going to win the game. And then you make 2 errors, and it's 5, and then all of a sudden you miss a shot at 7-8. Ball game. 2
of the 18 errors in the game for the Razorbacks. You had Georgia outscore Arkansas 29-15 in points off turnovers, and that was again, we keep coming back to the stat. That was the key stat from that game.
Seems to be no in between with this team, right? Either win convincingly like they did against South Carolina, and that was maybe, exaggerated. You either win comfortably or you get beat by double digits. I mean, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of in between in SEC play for this team. So consistency. Defensive consistency seems to be, an issue right now.
Biggest surprise of the weekend: Kentucky goes into Knoxville, beats the Volunteers 80-78. There was a fight after that game, which I know you were talking about earlier. LSU gets its first conference weekend or win of the year, beating Missouri. Texas A&M. Kevin was also talking about the Aggies. They go into Austin and defeat the Longhorns 74-70. Bucky McMillan.
They might be the second best team right now in this league.
Bucky McMillan's done a really good job in his first season there. And then Auburn defeats South Carolina 71-67. And the Gamecocks continue to slide in the SEC rankings. So, again, a lot of these teams to go on your schedule ahead. You'll take on Vanderbilt tomorrow night in Bud Walton. And then LSU this Saturday, depending on how the weather shakes out. Curious how many attempt for that. You'd love to go 2-0 this week. And I think you can.
You need to go 2-0. You're at home for 2 games.
Yeah, I think you can go 2-0 this week.
Just looking through the schedule, this is the only, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, 2 games at home stretch in SEC play. Next week, you're on the road at Oklahoma, then home Kentucky. Then your bye date, and you got back-to-back home games on a Saturday and a Tuesday. But that Tuesday, you're at home Saturday. I mean, this is the only time I see in the schedule where you have a home and road game on the midweek and the weekend game. So you need to go 2-0 here.
All right,
no plane rides this week.
Yeah, that is your SEC update here on a Hot Take Monday.
All the games will be available for you on the Oaklawn Sports app. We've got AFC, NFC Championship weekend. We got college basketball. We got the national championship tonight for college football. And the Oaklawn Sports app is there. Everything you need for the Indiana-Miami game is there. huge amount of in-game and live game or live betting during the game tonight that you can find. And if you sign up right now as a new customer, maybe you haven't downloaded the Oaklawn Sports app, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Find you a 3-leg parlay for tonight that has odds of at least plus 1,100 and get a 10% profit boost. Plus, there's other promos and options centered around a lot of these games. So, and funding, by the way, funding and withdrawing your balance. So putting money in, taking money out's never been easier. Every kind of form of payment you can imagine, from Venmo to PayPal to Apple Pay, on-site cash, debit and credit cards, all work with Oaklawn Sports app. So bet with the brand you trust anywhere in Arkansas. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
Do you want to mention some of the recent recruits Arkansas has landed via commitments and also signings as well? They got a commitment from Trajan Odom out of Ohio State. It's from On3. A couple signees include Xavier Sims from Oregon, LaMarcus Hitch from Iowa State, a kid from West Georgia, and then John House from NTSU. Plus, I saw Richard Davenport put out that Davion Weatherspoon has signed with the Razorbacks. He's an Ohio transfer offensive lineman. So you're 30-plus in. Depending on what recruiting service you follow, On3 has you ranked 8th. 24/7 has you at 26. It's kind of the current update with Arkansas. And this ESPN recruiting writer has Arkansas, and Ryan Silverfield has this number 2 on the coaches that have built their 2026 recruiting classes for this next season.
So, depending on which rankings, I guess, the fan in you wants to go with the highest ranked, and that's the right one this time.
Yeah.
But it's anywhere from 8 to, what'd you say, 23?
26.
26, 8 to 26. So believe what you want. What I like is you're at least somewhere in the middle of the pack in the SEC with most of these, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, to say that you finish somewhere in the middle of the SEC, depending on what you're looking at, is probably accurate. I think that's about what you can hope and expect when you've got the budget Arkansas has to work with and the in-state recruiting and the connections. You can be somewhere in the 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 range. I think that's acceptable.
You've spoken how pivotal this spring practice is, being that you can't really add anyone with the now newly constructed transfer portal one cycle, and the guys that you kind of have to deal with this upcoming season. That can be good and bad, depending. You don't want guys to leave, but you also, if you have injuries at a certain position, that can be detrimental to what you have. When spring ball rolls around, and I know we'll be right in the midst of Arkansas basketball, hopefully on a deep postseason run. Baseball will have already gotten up and started. I want to know what the appetite is just from this fan base when we get closer to that point, and when you start hearing stuff about KJ Jackson or various other players, what that kind of look and feels like for this upcoming year.
Are you still intrigued or curious? Maybe curious might be a better word with Ryan Silverfield. He's done 2 press conferences to this point.
Yeah,
he's done a couple of media appearances. What do we really know about him? We've heard a little bit of football talk, but I'm interested from a spring football. I would assume I'm going to hear from him several times in that 15 practice, 4 week period. So I'm going to learn, how much do you know about your coordinators? How much do you know about the other position coaches?
Can you even name your 2 coordinators? Tim Cramsey and Ron Roberts.
So I think it's an opportunity in the spring. We'll learn about the personnel. We'll learn about who they really think is number 1 at quarterback. We'll learn some of those things. We're going to learn how much he's going to allow the media in to watch practice in the spring. Mm-hmm. We'll learn about that. But there's a lot of key pieces to this program now that we don't know much about.
If I was Ryan Silverfield, I would hope that John Calipari and this basketball team go well deep into postseason, and by the time baseball postseason is, that's football, and we'll have fall camp later on a few months after. But
from a business standpoint, Ty, it's important to have an energetic spring. And it's not the media's job to write good stories. I'm hoping there's good stories to write, report, and talk about. From a business standpoint, you need to sell tickets. Ticket deadline, donation deadline, all those things happen around the spring practice time. Usually April 1's your donation and pledge deadline.
Yeah.
Season ticket sales come along during that period. I'm not suggesting at all the media's responsibility is to write good things so they can sell tickets. Good things need to happen so that people feel motivated to renew and buy their tickets.
Yeah, inclined to to do so. Baseball's going to be here too. Again, less than a month till their season.
26 days, I think it is, till opening day.
Yeah, because they posted a Ryder Helfrich video yesterday. He's number 27. So they had some scrimmages and stuff this week. I listened to Dave. I don't know if there's. I don't think anyone's really in baseball mode just yet. But I listened to his press conference this morning. He did something after the field after.
That indoor practice facility is going to pay for itself this next week or so.
That's what DVH was like. Yeah, I think we're going to go in there after because it's getting cold. I have been one of the
pitching lab inside. They'll have the heaters cranked up in there.
That's one of the coldest I've ever been. I went and saw an early. It was either it might have been an actual game, but sitting in at the time it was just Baum Stadium out on the first base line. I was wearing shorts and it was like 30 degrees.
Wow.
I was a high school senior, and that is one of the coldest I've ever been. The troopers, the fans that attend games in early February, I am so enamored by how big a Razorback baseball fans there are. There are fans that don't miss a game, and I am just blown away. You can do that in Baton Rouge. You can do that in Gainesville. The fact that you're doing it here in Fayetteville, Arkansas is a testament to this fan base and how baseball crazy they are when it comes to this baseball program.
Colton, you've got the basketball schedule posted right here for me to look at. We're going to get the baseball schedule right below it here because that's, like I said, a little over 3 weeks out.
You want to know the schedule? They don't play anybody. They didn't schedule anyone this year.
Very true.
They got, we were joking about it when the baseball schedule came out. No Texas, help me on this, Colton. No Texas A&M, no LSU. I want to say there's 2 or 3 other programs. It's still like a team.
Got Tennessee, right?
No, there's no Vols on there either.
Oh,
I'm telling, when I say they don't play anybody
That's
that you're
not
used
good.
to playing.
That's not good.
From a preparation standpoint, yes, I remember Phil was talking about this. They still play teams that are have baseball recent good years and whatnot, but you're just used to seeing Arkansas and Tennessee. You're used to seeing Arkansas and Texas. You're used to seeing some of these teams, A&M and stuff. And Colton, double check me on this. I think I have this right just from memory. But I was just I looked at the baseball schedule and I was just like, what the heck? Where is everybody?
Yeah. No Tennessee, no Mississippi State, no LSU, no Texas A&M.
Okay, so maybe Texas is on there, but I was thinking that the Longhorns weren't on there.
And no Texas as well, yes.
Okay,
now if this was football, we would be just
hooping and hollering, jumping and joy.
That's how hypocritical we are as fans. We complain about the schedule making in football and the rotation and who you have to play. And in baseball, man, we're complaining and griping because we don't get to play the other great teams.
Arkansas doesn't have a bad schedule in the SEC this year. You get Vandy on the road, post Diego Pavia. You get Auburn in the first year under Alex Golish. You get Mike Elko in College Station, and I'm forgetting that one other road game. And then you get the benefit of playing Georgia, Tennessee, and LSU all at home. You want to jumpstart the season if you're Ryan Silverfield? At least win one of them. Somehow you win 2. Yeah. That's like a signal to this fan base that, hey, maybe this was a good hire. Yeah. But we'll see.
Hey, going to be a great time coming up to be fishing. Maybe the next few days a little tough on the White River, but I'm telling you, if you watch the Facebook feed at Gaston's White River Resort, this is where the big browns, the big rainbows are getting caught. And with the new fishing regulations, because of the problems with the hatchery, larger rainbows and bigger browns are being caught on a regular basis. So this is going to work, and I think as the year unfolds and the next couple of years unfold, we're going to see some unbelievable trophy fish that are caught and released again in the White River. Now's a great time to make reservations, and with the winter weather, it's 40% off lodging when you stay right now with winter rates at Gaston's White River Resort. So if you've been wanting to plan a trip to Gaston's, now's a great time to pick the phone up and call 870-431-5202. It's Martin Luther King Day. A lot of people are off, long 3-day weekend. Next month, President's Day. A lot of people will have a 3-day weekend again. So look on your calendar. If your kids are out of school or you work at the bank or a federal office, take advantage of that long weekend and book a trip to Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Also, Valentine's Day is on the calendar. So that's coming up, obviously, 14th of February, but that's on a weekend this year. So book Valentine's weekend, restaurant and lodging reservations at Gaston's. Great place to get away and be with your sweetheart. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now.
Yeah, at my age, you drink till you fall asleep.
This is the Morning Rush.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Dad, the driver looks dirty.
Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mo Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Arkansas Gymnastics is back inside Bud Walton Arena. Season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $55. Cheer on U.S. Olympic gold medalist head coach Jordan Weber and the Gymbacks as they battle the nation's best, including the reigning national champions, the Oklahoma Sooners. Experience the energy, talent, and tradition of Arkansas Gymnastics by securing your seats today at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Hungry for a deal? Blue Ember Smokehouse is firing up the pits with specials you can't resist all week long in 2026. Kick off the week with Nacho Monday, your choice of slow-smoked pork, chicken, turkey, or brisket piled high with all the fixins. Then keep the party going with Taco Tuesday. Grab brisket, pork, or chicken tacos starting at just $2.99. And that's just the start. Weekly specials can vary, so check your local Blue Ember for all the delicious deals we're serving up. Stop by and see us, or visit blueembersmokehouse.com. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
We're hiring some great people. I'm a Kentucky fan. But I'm not calling to bash you guys. I'm really not.
I just say what I want to say, and if you don't like it, you can hang up on me.
Hey guys, hey Tommy, how was your weekend?
All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years.
We deserve a voice. And thanks to sports radio like y'all have, that's the only way we can get our message out.
Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition.
Good morning, how y'all today? If you don't mind, I'd like to talk about something, get you guys' opinion.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. The celebration starts now.
It's 4th and 4 at the Ram 14, and in the gun is the quarterback, Caleb Williams. Looks into the nickel. Arms outstretched. 4th down and 4. 14 of the Rams. Shotgun snap. Goes back 4. 4-man rush. He's chased. He's flushed. He's all the way back to the 40. He's backpedaling and throws a pass into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Touchdown! Chicago has caught a touchdown pass with Cole Kmet open in the corner. If you hadn't seen it, you would not believe it.
So who had the worst weekend? The Buffalo Bills or the Chicago Bears? Which fan base endured more of a painful loss? Both teams lost in OT. Which one was worse?
I still think it's the Denver Broncos.
It's still
and they're not even on your list.
Because Bo Nix is out for those that
because they got to endure one more week of hoping they're going to win and get to a Super Bowl.
That's what Robert says. Robert agrees with you.
You know, it's not over. But they know what's coming. You know.
To me, I'd say it'd be the Buffalo Bills because we had Sean McDermott complaining in our open this morning about that, the tie going to the receiver and that play down to the very end with the McMillan interception. And that's got to hurt because I think that could have easily gone the other way had it been called on the field the other way. And it's just one of those things. And Buffalo has lost
Prater's
a lot
piping
of big games. Yeah, Prater would have made that.
Prater's piping that down the pipes. They're moving on to the AFC Championship game. And by the way,
they would have beat.
They're beating New England in New England. And instead, they sit there. What did you think of it? Help me, ref. So that play and the Devontae Adams play.
I think it's. You talk about the one where Devontae Adams.
There's two plays. What
where
happened
the
to
knee
Broncos?
was down and there was kind of co-possession.
Yeah.
I think in yesterday's game, that's got to stay. I get where McDermott's coming from. You have the ball, you go to the ground together, and what's the old adage? What's the rule?
Tie goes to the receiver.
Tie goes to the receiver. It's co-possession is the actual term. But the booth looked. There was a timeout called, if I remember right, for them to have more time to look, and they did not want to get involved in the play. I think by rule, was there co-possession, in your opinion? Did both players possess the ball simultaneously? Was there simultaneous possession? Yes.
Okay.
Did they go to the ground together? Yes.
Okay.
So what's your conclusion?
Should have been down by contact right there. First down Bills. Kicking a field goal.
Robert says Adams had possession. He feels like Brandon Cooks did not have possession for the Buffalo Bills. Tough way.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, both.
Game of prayer. What do you think about it? Lewis Automotive Group Hotline open for a few more minutes, celebrating 80 years, and since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now. These are that's a play Bills fans will talk about for generations.
And now, if you're a Bills fan, you feel like, and they've moved on from Sean McDermott. If you're just jumping with us this morning, that to me, Stefanski to the Falcons. We'll ask Tom about that tomorrow. And Harbaugh's the Giants. That's the most appealing job, right? You got 7, or is it 8? I guess it's 8 now because there's 10 total. You minus the 2 one. There's 8 jobs open. That's the most appealing NFL job that's open, right? Is there another one that's more appealing than Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills?
If you look at the job based on the quarterback you have and the contract they're under, that would probably be. You start with looking at the quarterback, right?
I would think so.
I would think so as well.
He says, I'm standing up for Buffalo, and then gets fired a day later. And Hog Wild's testing in this morning.
Hey, if you're coming up for the game tomorrow night, late start, 8 o'clock, going to be cold. Why don't you just go ahead and book a room if you're coming from out of town at the Inn at the Mill? That's what I've done. 479-443-1800 is the number. 443-1800 at the Inn at the Mill. You can count on a clean, quality room, oversized suite that's comfortable and going to be warm. You can crawl underneath them covers after a Hog win over Vanderbilt, and then get up the next morning, hot cup of coffee, great breakfast to start the day, and you're just minutes from campus, coming and going, and close to everything you want to do in Northwest Arkansas. 479-443-1800 is the number. 443-1800 or online at inatthemill.com.
Sterling, you got about 20 seconds, and we'll get you tomorrow, too. What's up?
Oh, man, you have to rush me off for 20 seconds. But
Well,
I was just going oh, man.
the old the old clock says otherwise.
Well, I was just going to say, everybody that explains the play gives the right route on what they saw. But what did we see? You know, everybody says what their explanation is given the right ruling, whoever you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see what they saw. Everybody's saying something.
I agree with you.
Tough call either way. Halftime's coming up next. Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C on the way.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now